Okay, 2015 paper. Yes. The first question I want to go through is class. Paper 2, question 3B, part 2. Okay, look at the question, look at what you wrote. No choice, you have to learn. Okay, a salesman sells a set of TV speakers for $342. So that is the amount that he sells it for. And he's making a 5% loss on the price he paid for the speakers. So what are we comparing this 5% to? Basically, whenever you have a percentage question, you must ask yourself, which one is 100%? So 5%, based on the question, 5% on the price paid for speakers. Based on this sentence, we know that this is our 100%. Shift back. Then you change the chair, you sit there. Okay. So this is our 100%. Then, since he's making a 5% loss, that means this $342 is 95% of price paid for speakers. Then calculate the price he paid for the speakers. So then now we can change it into an equation. Okay, maybe we let this be X. So 342 equals to 95% times X. And 95% is just 95 over 100 X. Therefore, X equals to whatever it is. Okay, presentation-wise, this is something that I will accept. Avoid, no, don't go and use your arrow here, arrow there. Okay, next one I want to go through is question 5A. Circle properties. Find angle EBC. The very first one, I have a lot of problems with your presentation. What did you all write? Are you sure you wrote that? Yeah. Angle what? Angle what? Show me. Okay, Ipin is one of the very few who gave me the complete answer. Go back. Go back. Most of you, instead of writing what he wrote, you gave me this. Angle EBC equals to 68 degrees. Angles in same segment. Then this is what I did to some of your papers. What are the angles in the same segment? Then there are some of you which, by the time I see so many of these, right, then I also can't be bothered to go and draw the arrow already. I want you to make the corrections yourself now. Add in one part. You are comparing two angles, right? So you need to tell me which angle it is first. So I don't want this. What I expect is angle EBC is equal to angle EAC, which is equal to 68 degrees. Now, it makes more sense for us to then write the reason. Angles in same segment. So likewise for the rest. Okay, so for example, A part 2. Want to find angle CDE. Angle CDE. Then some of you just write straight away. 180 degrees minus 68 degrees. Then what's the result that you gave? In opposite segment, right? But what I expect actually is something more. Angle CDE equals to 180 degrees minus angle EAC. The reason is angles in opposite segment. Then you substitute. Otherwise, how I know which angle in the opposite segment are you talking about? What? I mean, if you want to show the full presentation, it is going to look like this. Just like what I mentioned for 5A part 1. I don't want this, I want this. It is the full set of answers. I don't know how they will mark. I've said it before many times. I don't know how they will mark. But this is the safest way. If you want to take a risk, you can go ahead. But I don't recommend it. Okay? Yes. Cyclic quad. Let me verify. Because I know there are these two versions floating around. Who say you cannot use? Okay. So, according to Winston, what did he say? Mr. Chong say cannot use what? Just writing out cyclic quad. Yeah, I never say anything. Oh, Vincent Wong. Okay. So he say cannot say angles in cyclic quad. Okay, let me go and verify this, okay?
My question is, do you have to name it? Because like sometimes where they have like more than one cyclic quad.
No need. Why? No. Okay, next question I want to go through is 7. 7A. Not too sure why there were so many errors for this. Calculating the volume of the candle. So it is a pyramid, right? So volume equals to 1/3 base area times height. Alright, so base area is straightforward. It is 8 times 8. But the problem is finding the height. Which height are we referring to? This is the perpendicular height, not your slant height. Which means you need to draw a triangle. Okay, this is 8, A, B, C, A, E, and D. I need my perpendicular height, meaning from right in the middle of the base all the way up. I need this red color height. In order to do so, I need to draw another triangle. So, over here. Then this is 12 cm, 12 units given to you, 12 centimeters. Then I'm going to draw out this triangle separately, and I get a right angle triangle with this part being green and this portion being red. So this is 12. Now I need to find out what is the green color length first. And then I'm going to use Pythagoras. Okay, for the green color length, AC square is equals to AB square plus BC square, which is 8 square plus 8 square. So AC is equals to square root of 128. So that's AC. Then from here to point C, let's just call this B, C, D, E, F. Let's call this point F. From F to C, it will be half of AC, which is half of square root 128. Then by Pythagoras, I can find my red color height, and I apply it for my volume of the triangle, for volume of the pyramid. That's why they give you 4 marks for this. Any questions? Next one is on your number pattern. quite a number of you came to ask me about this question. So we are given 11, 12, then 19, and 20. I'm only going to be talking about part B, part 2, B part 2. So 8, B part 2. We are supposed to show that the difference between products of numbers in opposite corners of the square is always 8. It is a mouthful, but you need to break it down. What are they talking about? Difference, just minus. Between what? Products of numbers in opposite corner of the square. So opposite corner of the square, for example, 12 and 19. I can multiply them together and I will get a product. Another corner, another opposite corner will be 11 and 20. I can multiply them, I can get a product. So the difference between these two supposedly will be always 8. So then naturally, I have students who want to just say, okay, 11 times 20 minus 12 times 19. Then press calculator, oh, 8, shown. What's wrong with this? Yeah, you have only shown for one example only. You haven't shown that it is always true. Okay, you haven't shown that it is always 8. So we need to do something generic. We need to use algebra this time. And in 8b part 1, they already gave you a clue. They said that this number over here is n. Then they asked you to represent the number in the bottom right. In terms of n, this will be n plus 9. So this is n plus 1. This is n plus 8. Once we have this, once we express them in such a form, we can now write down mathematically what the sentence in B part 2 is saying. Okay, product of numbers in opposite square. So meaning n times n plus 9 minus product in the other opposite squares, n plus 1, n plus 8. Can I write down now this is equal to 8? Brian, what do you think? What do you think of this step? That's my answer. That's my first step. Yes or no? Can? Yeah. Can, huh? Ipin also say can. Anybody says cannot? Yuling, why cannot? Exactly. You cannot write this down. You haven't proven it yet. They are asking you to prove this. How can you start off with this? Just like your converse of Pythagoras theorem. You cannot start by saying a squared plus b squared equals to c squared. That is what you are trying to prove. That has to come last. So cannot write this. What should we be doing then? We should be expanding. So n squared plus 9n minus n squared plus 8n plus n plus 8 equals to n squared minus n squared, and we get negative 8. Or I should have done it the other way around. So n plus 1 times n plus 8 minus n times n plus 9. Regardless, now I've shown that difference is 8. Okay? Then we put shown. Then finally, part 3. Show that the sum of the 4 numbers in a square cannot be 260. So we have n plus 1 plus n plus 8 plus n plus 9. Total will be 4n plus 18. Okay, now if 4n plus 18 is equals to 260, that means n is equals to 260 minus 18 over 4, which is 60.5, is it? Okay, which is 60.5. Then how do we present our answer? We state that this is not an integer. So the sum cannot be 260 because they gave you the number grid. All of them are integers. We let the top left hand corner be equals to n. So n over here must be an integer. Once it's an integer, it cannot be equals to 260. Okay? Generally, these are the major issues that I've seen when I mark your papers. I mean when I review your self-marking and corrections. Show me later. Okay, then later on some of you have other questions that I'm not going through. It is more specific to yourself, so come and see me. Okay, next one I want to go through is your